Chrysanthopoulos will be up to 3 million chips.
And he is really in need of this double-up jack of diamonds, and Chrysanthopoulos has done just that, to the joy of his rooting section.
Not really any way for Kostritsin to get away from that hand, and it wasn't too big of a hit to his stack.
So while Chrysanthopoulos and his Aussie mates celebrate that hand, it's time to step aside and learn some of their lingo in this installment of the Down Under Dictionary.
Today on Down Under Dictionary, the word is codswallop.
Codswallop?
Codswallop. W-A-L-U-P, wallop?
Codswallop.
Well, that's a hearty laugh.
Is that like holy cow? No, yay. Is it like good? That's awesome? Codswallop, that girl's sexy.
Codswallop means absolute rubbish.
Codswallop, an exclamation showing disbelief in what has just been said.
Codswallop.
Codswallop, that's codswallop.
Codswallop.
Ear bash.
Oh, you know, it's like what Mike Matisow does to you at the table. Ear bashing.
Matisow gives me an ear bash every damn time we're out there. He won't shut the hell up.
Mike the Mouse.
David off.
Woohoo! Ear bashes people. Just in their face, in their face. Is that what it means?
That's when Mike Matisow's at the table and driving you crazy.
Ear bash, verb, to chatter or talk incessantly, also known as Mike Matisow.
He just talks an absolute load of codswallop.
It's amazing, isn't it, that everybody agrees that ear bash is Mike Matisow.
Except all this time I thought codswallop was when you hit somebody with a fish.
Well, action begins with Eric Seidel with a 7-6 suited. And he's going to raise to $175,000 over to Mike C. A 6 suited. He'll call.
Declining to raise, disguising the strength of his hand. Ooh, and there's a big hand.
Pocket 10s for Kostritsin.
Now with a razor and a caller in front of him, Kostritsin needs to define the situation, and the best way to do that is push it in with both hands.
And he is doing just that. He's going to re-raise to $750,000. And that gets Seidel out of the hand.
I'm all in.
And Mike C going all in for $3,060,000.
How much is that? Just a bit over 3 million. Okay, I call.
A quick and a very confident call from Kostritsin.
And other than having an enormous chip stack, that really was not that easy of a call. I thought Mike C really set up his hand to look like he had a big pocket pair.
Ice me, baby.
Now his tournament is on the line. 31% chance to survive.
And here is the flop. Pair of 5s and a tray.
Not much help for Chrysanthopoulos.
Need a 4. Would be interesting.
He's looking for an ace, running clubs, or straight cards.
And to the turn, it is a 3 of spades.
No help for Chrysanthopoulos. He could be facing his final card.
Come on, Dilla, put an ace out there.
That's what he'll need, one of the 3 remaining aces, or he's out.
Doesn't get it. It's a 10 of hearts, just for good measure. A full house for Kostritsin. That's his girlfriend, Daria Samarkina. And there is joy in the camp of Alex Kostritsin. So Mike Chrysanthopoulos is out. He'll finish in 3rd place. Alex Kostritsin very much in. Almost 11 million chips. But still quite a day for this young man.
$700,000 for 3rd place. Not bad considering Chrysanthopoulos got into the Aussie Millions on a $120 entry.
So it'll be heads up between the savvy pro Eric Seidel and the young gun Alex Kostritsin. The title and $1.65 million is on the line when the 2008 Aussie Millions continues. Welcome back to the FullTiltPoker.net coverage of the final table of the 2008 Aussie Millions. We're down to heads up as Alex Kostritsin has more than a 2-to-1 chip lead over Seidel. As for our 3rd place finisher, Mike Chrysanthopoulos, he has no regrets.
The 3rd tournament I've ever played in, and yeah, I got to 3rd position out of 780 players, which feels fantastic. But at $700,000, I can't complain. I mean, it cost me $120 to get here through a satellite, so that's a great return. Yeah. I think so anyway.
I'd say it's a pretty good payday for him. And these guys, of course, are playing for that pile of money, $1.65 million. It would be the biggest payday of the old pro, Eric Seidel's career. He's got a 6-3 here, and he's going to raise it up to $175,000. Now Kostritsin, and look at that. He has the goods. And he's just going to call.
Kostritsin's playing this hand as though our graphic is backwards.
Here's the flop. King 10-9. 2 diamonds.
Kostritsin's check continues to disguise the big strength of his hand, and Seidel has no reason to believe that he can't steal this pot.
So he bets 250,000.
And given the straight and flush draws, I think a raise wouldn't be a bad idea.
Just flat calls.
Seidel not thrilled to see that call.
On the turn, a 6 of hearts. So Seidel does pair.
Wow, and Kostritsin checks again. Looks like he has absolutely nothing. Will Seidel take another stab?
650.
He's going to bet 650,000.
When this hand began, I think Kostritsin had intentions of trapping Seidel, but the way the board has developed, I think the kid from Moscow might just want to call this hand down and have a showdown.
And he's just going to call.
I'm not sure Kostritsin or Seidel really knows exactly where they're at this hand. They're playing small ball poker.
Deuce of hearts on the river.
That third heart could be an action killer.
And a check from Kostritsin.
Does Seidel have the courage to represent?
No, he's going to check. And Kostritsin will show him the pair of aces. And all that Erik Seidel can do is smile and move on.
You got the max out of that one for sure.
Yeah.
Alex played that hand very tricky. It lets Erik know he's going to have to be on his game if he's going to beat this Russian.
I think Alex is a terrific player. I think he's a great, great tournament player, and I think that he's going to be around for a very long time.
He has 8 soft bracelets. It's very good results, and he must be one of the best players, tournament players in the world.
He's got great presence at the table. He's smart. He really doesn't miss anything.
I think I don't feel fear against any pro I play. I feel respect for them. I enjoy play them, and I know that they are very skillful and very good players, but I don't feel fear.
I think this is just the beginning of this Alex story.
Another table. Do you have bigger one? $1.650 million. I think I will buy a new house for ourselves, for me and my girlfriend Daria, and I have some other plans I don't want to tell, actually.
Put the money aside. You can't really think about that. You're just trying to think your way around mistakes and trying to minimize your losses. If that was a bluff, I'm quitting poker. But the money, money's nice. I can put it to good use.
Well, one thing Erik Seidel knows, and that is that he needs a lot of help. Kostritsin with a 5-1 chip count lead on him, and he's not going to be awed by the moment. Ace-king for Seidel. And he's going to raise to 175,000. And look at this. King-jack suited for Kostritsin.
Heads up, these are two very big